Hi Cancer, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is Wednesday, May 20th, 2020. This is a general love reading for the sign of Cancer for this upcoming week in May. I hope you all are doing well, staying healthy, staying sane, getting through these trying times. I'm trying to get through the trying times myself. And going a little stir crazy. I had a hair appointment yesterday, got canceled because apparently the shop did not get the green light to open up. So I don't know what the green light means necessarily, but it got canceled. So I was a little disappointed about that. But, you know, and I never go out anyway. It's kind of I love staying at home. But this is still driving me nuts. This is driving me nuts, Cancer. So hopefully you guys are feeling okay about things and doing all right. Anyway, let's get started. This is a general love reading, so it can pertain to anything, relationships or otherwise. Be flexible with the energy. Parts of this reading may resonate, parts may not. Take what does and leave behind what doesn't. My intention is that I reach those that need the message and will benefit from it. So hopefully that's you, Cancer. Hopefully that's you. Carmela is in the background. She's sitting on her cage right now. I just took her out maybe 5 minutes ago. So far she's good. So far she's being good. And Sylvester the cat is sitting in his tunnel. He has a, I don't know what that material is. A soft fabric type tunnel that he's sitting in right now. I'm not sure what he's doing. He might be napping. He was running around earlier. The cat and the bird are happy. They don't know any different about what's going on in this crazy world. I am shuffling this deck way too many times, Cancer, so let's go ahead and get started, see what's going on with you guys. Here we go. Upcoming week for Cancer. Here we go. Two of Cups in reverse. Paired with Death. Okay. King of Swords in reverse. Page of Cups in reverse. Three of Cups in reverse. Come on. Seriously? Page of Wands. Page of Swords. So we've got 3 pages out here so far. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So the first obvious message, probably not a surprise to you, Cancer, is that there is a disruption within a connection, relationship, possibly within a group of people. This could be a group of friends, family members, social circle. Okay, take your foot. Oh. Okay, she's lost 3 feathers in the past, I don't know, 4 days. So I've got 2 of them. One of them just flew onto the ground because she's flapping around. So here's one of her wing feathers, very pretty, and 2 of her tail feathers. And I keep them. I like feathers, so I've been keeping them. And ouch. And she is, I don't know if she's mad that I have them sitting on my table here, but she keeps trying to go get them. And that's fine if you want to play with one of your feathers. I'm fine with that. But let's put you on your cage. And I know they're your feathers, but, I'm not going to throw them away. They're just sitting here on the table. And now it dropped into your cage. If you want to go get it, go get it. I'm not playing this game with this bird today. I'm not, Cancer. I'm focused on you right now. Okay, I'm sorry. So sorry for the distraction. If you've watched my videos before, you know this is not unusual, however. So I'm glad you're patient with me, Cancer. Thank you. Okay, so again, some disruption within a connection. This could be the end of a relationship. Could indicate with death here, of course. And then it's caused some kind of unrest or disruption within a group dynamic as well. Maybe the news of this breakup, split, or conflict, whatever this is for you, has caused, the news itself has caused some kind of problem within a group dynamic. it's possible you feel like things have kind of come to a screeching halt because of this situation. Maybe it's major enough for you to just kind of put the brakes on everything else. And she's up there taking a bath now, distracting me again. Sorry, she's really cute when she takes her bath, so. I know, yeah, you're getting all clean. I just put fresh water in there and it was a little bit warm, so I guess she decided she wanted to take a bath. Anyway, I do feel that this information or this news that you received, Cancer, may have brought everything else to a screeching halt with this Knight of Pentacles coming out here. With 3 pages out here, this could indicate that you're dealing with children could be involved in the situation in some way, shape, or form. Let's get some more cards out here and see what else we get. We have the World. And the 5 of Pentacles. Five of Swords. Clarifying this, King of Swords. Queen of Swords. King of Pentacles in reverse. Uh-oh, here we go. Getting some people out on the table. This King of Pentacles is clarifying the 3 of Cups. Knight of Swords in reverse. There's the King of Swords again in reverse. Second time already that he's out. And then the 6 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so let me spend a little time with these cards here. So here's what I'm looking at over here. We've got the Queen of Swords, King of Swords, Page of Pentacles, or Page of Cups in reverse, and then the 5 of Swords. So there's some kind of disruption within a connection, within a group dynamic. Again, this feels like it could be a group of friends, it could be a group of family members, but there's some definitive ending, it feels like. We don't have the 10 of Swords out here, but we do have Death, we have 5 of Pentacles, the World. To me, this feels like this is something that could have been building up for a period of time, and it's something that may have just come out in the open. This King and a Queen could be people that are reacting to the situation, or this could represent your energy. One of these people could represent your energy, Cancer. And I'm not going to determine that just yet because I feel like we might have multiple people represented in this reading, and I don't want to necessarily determine who's you, because if you're resonating with this reading, you'll know who you are. So I might just talk about these people in general terms. And again, I want to remind you to be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. It's just about the energy. If this reading resonates, you will know who you are. Okay? So I feel like this King of Swords is pissed. I feel like he's really mad. I feel like he feels like this is, whatever is going on is creating a significant conflict, probably not just for the people involved in the connection that has ended, but for others. And this Queen of Swords feels like she might be maybe trying to talk some sense into this person, or maybe trying to make sense of the situation with kind of a neutral stance, maybe trying to not get emotionally involved or react in an emotional way. Whereas I don't think this King of Swords is necessarily acting in an emotional way, other than he's pissed, and that's obviously an emotion, but it's not, he's not feeling grief or sadness. He just thinks that this is causing conflict. And then there's a King of Pentacles. So I feel like this King of Pentacles thinks that this is his fault, and he's not sure what to do. This King of Pentacles in reverse with this 3 of Cups, to me, this individual is feeling insecure, uncertain, maybe feeling like he's to blame. And I'm not sure that he knows what to do at this point, or he might be feeling at a loss. More than anything else, I'm getting insecure energy off of this card, this King of Pentacles. I definitely feel like, well, he could be the same person as this King of Swords. Could be the same energy. Maybe feeling insecure and pessimistic and pissed. And then we have the King of Swords over here as well. And I feel like he could be, King of Swords could be the one who's delivered the news or has acquired this information, or might be the one passing it on to others, for example. But whatever this news is, whatever this situation is, it's brought everything to a screeching halt. There's a lot of stuck, stagnant energy with this Knight of Pentacles, Six of Swords. Maybe feeling at a loss after this ending. Feeling like it's left you with nothing, or feel like you have no options or nowhere to go from here after this ending. So I'm going to throw this out there. If this is a family dynamic, for example, maybe a divorce situation, certainly the type of energy that I'm seeing within the cards is a potential outcome of something as devastating as that kind of ending. But I don't necessarily feel that divorce family dynamic, at least not yet. I might get some more cards out here that indicate that. We'll see. For some reason, I get the feeling that this King of Pentacles is the receiver of some news, that he's receiving the information, not the one giving it. So I feel like this King of Swords is probably somebody different. This King of Swords feels really pissed, though. I don't know that he's pissed at this King of Pentacles. Okay, you are really wet, Carmela. You really got a good bath. Look how clean she is. She's so clean. When she gets wet, she's a little smelly. Are you smelly? Yeah, you have smelly feathers now. Smelly, stinky feathers. Smelly, stinky, wet feathers. And now she's on my shoulder. But I'll let her sit there because she's cute. And I love her. I do love her. I know sometimes it doesn't seem like I do because I get so mad at her all the time because she's such a troublemaker. You know? God. I'm telling you what, Cancer. Let's get back to your situation because it feels difficult. It feels challenging. This Queen of Swords is definitely a voice of reason. I think that she might be trying to make sense of the situation, but she also might be trying to talk some sense into the people who are reacting poorly to the situation. Specifically, this King of Swords feels like he's reacting really poorly to it. And I feel like this Queen of Swords is maybe kind of talking some sense into this king, or maybe trying to cool him down, trying to help cool him down a little bit regarding the situation. So this King of Pentacles is definitely feeling insecure about it. Could be feeling responsible for the situation, but he's not sure what to do. And again, it's interesting because this King of Pentacles feels like he might be responsible for the situation that's occurred, but at the same time, it feels like he's the one receiving the news. Like, it would seem like if he's responsible for the situation, he would be the one delivering the news and letting everybody else know what's going on. You know what I mean, Cancer? But that's what I'm getting right now. Let's get some more cards out here. You have the High Priestess. And the King of Swords for the third time. He's in the upright, though, and he's clarifying death and the Five of Pentacles. Did you just... I heard bird crap splatter, but I don't know where it went. I don't... Oh, there it is. It's on the arm of the... It's on the arm of the rocking chair, and I need to wipe it off. Because I don't want to drag my sleeve through it. And it just looked... It didn't even look like poop. Okay, you know what? I don't want you Okay, I'll give you your feather, and then you're going to go up onto your cage. Come here. Here. Go on your cage. Oh, this is driving me nuts. Here. Here's your feather. Don't mess this one up. It's a pretty one. There. So that was one of her wing feathers. It's got kind of a pretty blue shimmer to it. It's very nice. Okay, so I gotta get the rest of these cards out. Hierophant, clarifying the King of Swords in reverse. Death again. The Star. That's interesting. The Three of Cups in the upright position. Five of Wands in reverse. And then we have the Five of Pentacles again. You have a lot of repeats already, Cancer. Okay, so this King of Swords is worried that this ending within this connection is going to cause a significant loss. He could feel that it's a significant loss, the loss of this connection. He could feel like this is a significant loss, and that, and so he's troubled by it. For whatever reason, this news, the situation, again, has things at a standstill right now. There's no movement forward. No decisions being made. No progress. It's just all reaction right now. Right now, there's a lot of people reacting to the situation. I feel like this King of Swords is a very, very intelligent, intuitive person. And maybe this person saw this coming. It's possible this person knew that this was coming. I get the sense that this was something that was expected, or it's possible it just took a long time for this particular connection or disruption within this group to transpire. But now that it has, this King of Swords is almost like, see, I told you so. I knew this was going to happen. I knew that this was coming. And here it is. And for some reason, it's not... he's having a bad reaction to it, even though it feels like he knew exactly what was transpiring. Does that make sense, Cancer? This could be your energy. This could be somebody that you're dealing with. Remember that. King of Swords is very significant in this reading, so I'm inclined to say that it's you. Just because he's out here 3 times already with my first 3 sets of cards. He's come out with every single deck so far. But whatever this is that he's found out, and again, I don't feel like he's found it out because I think that he already knew. He may have suspected that this was coming, but now that it's confirmed, he's extremely troubled by it. Which is interesting because I feel like he definitely knew this was coming, but it's now been transformed maybe from suspicion into real life. It's now an actual out in the open. There's no secrets. Everybody knows. Now I have the Star and the Three of Cups down here, which I find very interesting. Because while there's a significant ending, and I feel like this Queen of Swords, she might be the one who's kind of shedding some light regarding the situation. She might say, yeah, this was an ending we were expecting and anticipating, but it's something maybe that needed to happen or something that was right. We've got the Hierophant out here. This was a conflict that was expected and necessary. Maybe that's the word I'm looking for. It was something that was necessary. A necessary conflict. It's making everybody feel uncomfortable. It's brought things to a screeching halt. But it's something that was necessary because we're looking at this now for this group dynamic with the Star card. And while this King of Pentacles is feeling responsible for this disruption within this group, then we have the Three of Cups over here in the upright with the Star card. So on the one hand, it feels devastating, it feels harsh, it feels like people are just stunned by maybe it was expected, but then when it actually happened, it's like, wait a minute, we didn't necessarily believe that this was actually going to happen. And now that it's here in our laps, what do we do with this information? But then there's this Three of Cups star. Maybe this was an ending of a relationship that was toxic, and it was something that needed to happen to improve a situation, move something forward, make something better within a group dynamic. Does that make sense, Cancer? So for example, maybe this King of Pentacles was involved. I'm just throwing this out as a hypothetical, okay? So this King of Pentacles was involved with somebody who was causing issues and problems for other people, whether it's a social circle, family situation, friend, you know, close friends, whatever. Maybe he was involved with somebody who was causing problems for the group, and now that this relationship has ended, on the one hand, it's causing some disruption. On the other hand, it might actually be an improvement within the group. Let's see what else we get here. Knight of Wands in reverse. I think that this King of Swords, I think that he knew this was going to happen, but then at the same time, he's like, wasn't trusting his own instincts. He knew it was going to happen, but at the same time, he wasn't expecting it. Or in denial. Then we have the King of Wands in reverse. Ten of Cups in reverse. Temperance in reverse. Clarifying this Queen of Swords. The Tower, clarifying the King of Pentacles. The Empress in reverse. Two of Cups in the upright position. Clarifying the King of Swords in reverse. Three of Wands. So we have a King of Wands on the table. I feel like it could be, this could be also the King of Swords. And I feel like there's this sense that this King of Swords knew this was coming, and so he could have prevented it, but he didn't. He didn't take action. He didn't do anything about it. He knew it was going to happen, and he didn't do anything about it. So there could be, he could be mad at himself. He could be feeling like, gosh, I could have prevented this situation, but I didn't take action when I knew that I should have. And now as a result, there's this, again, a conflict within a connection. With the Two of Cups coming out here, it may have been a connection associated with this King of Swords, because he's got the King of Swords has the Two of Cups in reverse up here in this set of cards in your underlying energy, and then it came out on him down here in the set of outcome cards. It feels like this is a relationship this King of Swords did not want to lose. I'm not sure if it was, see, that's the thing. I don't feel like this is a relationship directly connected to this King of Swords. I feel like for whatever reason, this King of Pentacles, who I definitely feel is somebody different, but maybe it's not. Let me look at this for a minute. So the King of Pentacles could be the same person as the King of Swords. All of these kings could potentially be the same person now that I'm looking at this. I think it's a different person because I think that this King of Pentacles, let's get this last round out. Three of Swords. Can you believe it? I mean, every single deck I've used, and there he is again. He's in the upright with himself in the upright. That's these cards. I'm telling you what. The readings I've been doing lately have been just flooring me. I'm just thinking back at some of the. Okay, let me just keep going. There's the Queen of Swords again. She's in reverse this time. On top of this King of Swords in reverse over here. So this Queen of Swords and King of Swords, they are fighting. They're fighting, and this Queen of Swords thinks that this is a really immature reaction to the situation. She's trying to be the bigger person. Ten of Swords. There's the Star again, with the same set of cards with the Star. With this King of Pentacles. This King of... Okay, let me just get the rest of these out. I'm getting a few different potential scenarios, so I need to get the rest of these cards out and then kind of look at these for a little bit longer. Sorry, Queen of Pentacles in reverse. This feels like a different person too. With this King of Swords down here. And then we have the Two of Swords in reverse. Okay, Cancer. You know what? Oh, boy. This is an interesting reading. And I think you have a lot going on around you. Okay, so here's what I have. Let me just give you the story the way I'm seeing it right now, okay? I'm going to try not to pick up cards right now unless I feel like it's absolutely necessary, because I want to just kind of try to make sense of this right now. And I'll show you the cards if I think it's necessary. So I think that this King of Wands, King of Swords is definitely the same person. I feel like this King of Swords knew that there was some kind of conflict or disruption within a connection, a single connection within a group dynamic. Again, this could be a social circle, this could be a family dynamic, a group setting. So there's multiple people. I mean, obviously there's multiple people on the table. I feel like we have at least 4 separate people present in this reading. So I feel like this king knew that something was coming. He didn't do anything about it. And now he feels upset about the situation. He's actually mad about it. He feels like for whatever reason it's brought things to an end. It's stopped everything from moving forward. And that he feels like there's no way to recover from this. Now there's a Queen of Pentacles that came out second to last card, and I think this person is significant in this reading too. I think this person is affected by the situation, but I don't think that this person is directly involved in the situation. And I think that this king is pissed about this situation affecting this person and the relationship with this person. And he's troubled by that more than anything. There could have been a connection within this group dynamic where this Queen of Pentacles was associated with that person, and because there's this disconnect, split, conflict, disruption, whatever the case may be, with this other person that this person's connected to, that this person is what's the word I'm trying to think of? I absolutely hate it when that happens. This person is affected by the situation even though they didn't have any direct decision making. They didn't act on their own behalf or on the behalf of others. What is the word I'm trying to think of? It'll come into my head later on. I've just got to let it go. So this King of Pentacles feels responsible for the situation, but he's also hopeful that releasing this relationship, I think he's the one who let the relationship go or let it fizzle out or ended the conflict with this person and decided to leave the situation behind. I think it was a move that he felt he needed to make. And as a result, it affected this group dynamic. And to a certain extent, I think that he thinks it was a selfish move on his part, was something he wanted to do for himself, letting this situation go, this relationship, whatever this was. At the same time, I think he thinks that it's going to make things better within this group dynamic. That his actions, and I do believe he was responsible for this. On the other hand, it's interesting because I said at the beginning, I believe he's the receiver of this information. So again, I don't feel like he necessarily, okay. I don't think that this King of Pentacles, for example, went up to someone and say, hey, I think you're shitty. I don't want this relationship anymore. Get out of here. Or I'm leaving. Or I don't want to see you again. I don't think this person actually did that. But this person is responsible for this. And I feel like he's responsible for this connection going awry. But I think he did it because I think he thinks, A, that it was the right thing to do, and B, it's going to improve the situation in the long run. Does that make sense, Cancer? So the Queen, this Queen of Swords, I feel like she's pissed at this King of Swords because he's so pissed. Because I think that she thinks that he should know that this was the right decision to make. This ultimately is the right direction to go. But he seems to think that it's created more conflict, and everybody as a result is going to be very unhappy with the outcome, that it's going to cause more disruption. And I think she's trying to talk some sense into him and say, look, we got to look at why this situation happened, why there was this ending. And I think she thinks there's definitely a reason behind it. And I think she's trying to talk some sense into the people involved. And she's in the upright up here. King of Swords is in the upright twice too. Because I think that I think at one time he knew he could have done something about it, or at least he thinks he could have done something about it. He could have done something about this ending. Again, I think that the King of Wands represents him, but he chose not to act. He chose not to take action, or not to react to the situation, and as a result, it's all said and done. Five of Pentacles would indicate loss, feeling like you're lacking something, you've lost something. Could indicate loss of finances, financial stability. There could be a financial piece to this story as well, but I'm not feeling that that's an overly strong element within this reading, but it does feel like that's a possibility. But I think more than anything, this King of Swords is upset regarding this Queen of Pentacles. And I think that he thinks that the loss of this other relationship is going to affect this connection as well. And that's what I think he's very concerned about. Let's get one Dreams of Gaia tarot card for Cancer, and then we're going to wrap this up. This has turned into kind of a long reading, hasn't it? 35 minutes. I can't get away from the time. It just kind of is what it is. So I'm not going to worry about it. This card wants to, there's two of them here. We're going to take both of them. So we have the Ace of Swords and the King of Water. Interesting. King of Water came out. And the Ace of Swords, or the Ace of Air. And they both came out in the upright position. That's quite an image, isn't it, Cancer? So I'm going to read these two cards. We'll see how it resonates with the reading. I mean, the Ace of Air is the Ace of the Ace of Swords. This is all about truth, clarity, making clear, concise decisions. Clarity of mind, understanding, knowledge, gaining insight, information. And then, of course, the King of Water is the King of Cups in the traditional Rider-Waite Tarot. And the King of Cups is somebody who's very loving and compassionate, very approachable, giving, willing to show his emotions. Let's see what we get out of these two cards, Cancer, and then I've got to wrap this up. I've got a couple more readings I want to do before I finish out. So, Ace of Air. Here we go. The Ace of Air symbolizes a new way of thinking. It suggests that it is now time to let go of old, outdated beliefs and ideas that no longer serve and make way for a new and independently formed personal ideology. It is time to unlearn and let go of ideas and opinions born of societal conditioning, inaccuracy, and false assumptions, and replace them with ideas born of self-awareness, fact, and genuine knowledge. It is also time to recognize both for what they are and learn to differentiate between the two. Its appearance in your reading lets you know it is also time to honor personal truths that have foundations in your own experiences instead of embracing the truths of others and making them your own. To do otherwise is to wear an ill-fitting pair of shoes borrowed or stolen from another. While they may protect your feet, they will also pinch and rub, and over time can do more harm than good. It is time to realize that to travel well and to go the distance, you need a pair of shoes that fit well because they are made for you specifically. It is the same with personal ideology. Your life experiences will offer lessons that impart both practical knowledge and wisdom. Objective analysis can provide insight and understanding that reveals how your life experiences, thoughts, and emotions influence all of your choices and the outcomes born of those choices. Your physical reality is first conceived within the mind. The Ace of Air is offering an opportunity to embrace new paradigms and patterns and to replace those that limit and restrict you. Now you can change your mind, and in doing so, change the way you make the choices that determine your direction and shape your reality. You can cut away all the clouds, judgment, and perception that prevents you from knowing your true mind. Clarity will come from peeling away the layers of imposed dogma and beliefs born of past disappointments and hurts. The Ace of Air also symbolizes a time of feeling motivated and excited by the ideas in your head, your goals, and dreams, because they are yours. It is time to take them and make them more. This marks the beginning of the individualization process we all must go through in order to realize our fullest potential. I think that there is going to be some significant clarity. I think that this King of Swords is starting to figure things out. He may be pissed about the situation, but I think he's, like I said, extremely intelligent, wise, and intuitive. And I think that this, again, Cancer, it feels like it's probably your energy, but you could be any one of these people represented in this reading, so take what resonates. And I do feel like there's going to be some clarity gained from the situation. It may not feel like it right now because I think everybody's just kind of reacting to some information that may have come to light recently. So let's read the King of Water and see what this says, and then we got to wrap this up. I feel like I'm rushing this, and I don't mean to, but I had intended on getting 3 readings in, and this is my first one. I'm going backwards today. And so it's not like I'm on a schedule or anything, but I don't know. You know what I mean, Cancer. I also don't want to lose daylight, and I'm doing this late in the afternoon. So, King of Water, almost the last page. Let's see how slow I can go finding the page. Okay, here we go. About a page long. Here we go, Cancer. And you know what? I'm sorry. We're at 40 minutes. I'm just going to relax and not worry about the time and read the card as slowly as I can so that it makes sense and I'm not jumbling my words. Okay, Cancer, here we go. The King of Water represents a strong man who is calm and protective, like a safe harbor in a storm. He is a nurturing, caring father who embraces no gender-specific role. He is willing to be both mother and father, nurturer and protector, homemaker and provider. As a partner, he is loving and supportive, a gentle but passionate and sensual lover, and someone who is not afraid to explore and experiment. He is both sensitive and thoughtful, but never weak or soft. He exudes strength. He is who he is because he chooses to be present and caring, adaptable and fluid. He loves to use his senses because to do so is to elicit an emotional response, and he is willing to look within and explore those emotions to increase his understanding. He is a person who has successfully married critical thinking with emotional logic. The process of using one's emotions and feelings in a logical manner to become more knowledgeable and aware, and uses this to his advantage. He is aware that all decision-making has an emotional element and that no decision can be balanced without emotions and feelings being taken into account. He has learned from his emotions and uses that knowledge in a productive and constructive manner. Are you considering your feelings in your decision-making process? Now is the time to do so. The King of Water is multifaceted in meaning. He symbolizes an approaching time of peace and calm, where you will have time and space to simply be and grow. He also represents the need to let go of emotion-based gender bias and to embrace the awareness that this archaic paradigm belongs to the past. A man can be just as sensitive and vulnerable, nurturing and supportive as any woman. A woman can be just as closed off and insensitive as a man. Both can be communicative with regards to their feelings, and both can be uncommunicative. Both sexes have the same qualities. How emotionally open or closed a person is has nothing to do with gender and everything to do with the individual and their journey. We have been conditioned to believe that men and women are emotionally different when they are, in truth, the same. As with the other court cards, the King of Water can also represent a person in your life who embodies the traits of the king. If you are in need of his counsel or safe harbor, seek him out at this time. Honestly, Cancer, I believe this is you, and I believe it's the King of Swords. And again, I'm reading for the King of Swords. That's why I'm saying this is you. I think this King of Swords, again, has realized that something has transpired that he knew was going to happen. He was afraid of it happening. It has transpired. I think he's starting to understand why. And I think he's starting to understand why this has occurred because of the help of this Queen of Swords, who feels like she's coming across as someone who's just, she's got the answers. And she's approaching the situation with logic, neutrality, calm, clear head. And I think she's a little bit mad at this king because I think she knows that he can do the same thing. And he can see the truth behind the situation and that it is not all bad and horrible and things coming to an end and no movement forward. In fact, quite the opposite, that this could be something that was necessary and needed to move this group dynamic, this group of people, again, whether it's a group of friends, family, business partners, whatever the case may be for your situation, Cancer. I do believe that this ultimately is going to be a very hopeful situation. Again, you might be shedding yourself of some relationships that were not serving you well, that were not helping you move in the right direction, or see clearly, or be able to embody this King of Cups energy, which is a very positive energy for sure. I do want to say that I think these are two great cards to end this reading on. I think there's a lot of hope here. I think that once you work through this, Cancer, everything's going to be just fine. So hang in there. I hope the best for you. I really appreciate you watching. And if you watched the whole thing, thank you for watching the whole thing. I wish all the best for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, Cancer.